Hello and welcome to Bold Prediction Wrestling. I forgot the name of our own channel. I froze for a sec then. I was like, welcome to I am Chad, of course, joined by Ryan Taylor. Ryan Sutcliffe is out on assignment. How are you, Ryan?
I am very well. Shoulders are hurting a bit now, I must admit, but we keep going.
Completely forgot about that. Why are your shoulders hurting, Ryan?
Two-time champ, double champ.
Ryan now holds the Bold Prediction Wrestling Championship and the Max Wrestling Prediction Championship.
In my debut nightmare, I had the Max Championship as well.
Yeah,
last minute. It's like a last minute drafting.
You stole my championship at the last minute. You weren't even meant to be in the match. That is, I think, I believe that is the most important part of the bit of news this week. But we will talk about the other news anyway. Andrade got released by WWE, which is good. Apparently, he doesn't have a no complete cause, so that'll be.
Do you think that's because he's been very respectful behind the scenes? So they thought, fair enough, he's done this, he's done that, or whatever, and he's actually been.
I really don't know.
Because usually they have no complete clauses. Don't they? Rusev had one.
Yeah.
Did Zelina Vega have one?
FTR had one.
It was something anyway.
Yeah, it was weird.
The Revival.
Yeah, they had one.
I'm just trying to think of a lot of them when the last lockdown. A lot of them. I think they had a lot of them, didn't they?
Do you think that? I think Andrade goes to Ring of Honor now, but what do you reckon?
Yeah, I mean, can you imagine him in AEW?
Oh, it'd be amazing.
That would be a big scalp.
Because apparently he can still use the name Andrade. He just can't use the Cien Almas, which they didn't use anyway. So.
Nah, yeah, it's nothing, is it? It's just, yeah. Honestly, I hope he goes to wherever he's happy with, where he's going to get used and wherever he feels comfortable, because he's a hell of a worker. He's so super talented.
Would you like to see Zelina Vega be his mouthpiece again?
I would, but I don't know what Zelina really wants to do.
No, I'm not sure what she wants to do.
I don't know if she wants to be a Twitch streamer or a movie actor, or because she didn't really wrestle. Let's be honest, she wasn't.
She was just a. She started to a little bit, but it was mostly a mouthpiece.
Yeah, so it's hard to gauge what she really wants to do. She's making a bit of a success on Twitch, so maybe she's
doing really well.
Yeah.
The hosts of WrestleMania 37 were announced: Hulk Hogan and Titus O'Neil.
I feel like they've done this on purpose, haven't they? They've done this on purpose.
Everybody knows why it's them two in particular.
They've done it on purpose, and it's just it is what it is, isn't it? It's like you can't. I'm glad Titus O'Neil's got something like that, because I think he deserves it.
I was about to say that this is good for Titus.
Yeah, 100%.
But you know why he's been partnered with who he's been partnered with.
Yeah, it's just like politics, isn't it, really?
Yeah. So we've got 2 Hall of Fame inductees announced, possibly 3. The third is sort of rumoured because it hasn't been confirmed by WWE. The rumoured one is RVD, and the 2 official ones are Kane and the Great Khali. What do you reckon?
I can't get my head around the Great Khali. I completely forgot that he was a world champion.
I know, it's shocking. I completely
forgot, because I was when it came up on Instagram, and it obviously shows what they've accomplished, and I'm like, what?
Yeah,
I totally forgot that he'd won the world title. I was like, oh dear God.
I think it was at the time when they just gave it to everybody.
Yeah, just hot potato in it. Yeah. Like around the Jack Swagger era, weren't it? Around that time, I think.
But shocking.
With On Kane, I'm super happy that he's in it, but I want him to have a full ceremony. I think it's what he deserves. I think it's what he deserves. Like, surely he could have held off Kane for another year.
I think what they'll do, or what I'd like them to do anyway, is I want Daniel Bryan to induct him.
Oh, that would be amazing.
And then next year, I want Kane to induct The Undertaker.
Oh, Taker.
That's what I want. Because I think you've got to have Kane and Duck Taker.
Yeah, I think you have to, don't you? I don't think the only other one really, Vince, possibly.
Yeah.
That's only really the one you could think of.
So who inducts the Great Khali?
Jinder
Hornswoggle? Jinder? Do you know it? Jinder is actually a shout, to be fair. I didn't even think of that.
It'll be Jinder, or it'll be that guy that was his mouthpiece. Forgot what his name was.
I think Ryan Sutcliffe said that yesterday. It'll be him. News-wise, I think that's it. One of the NXT tag team champions had to vacate their championships due to injury.
Yeah.
Have you seen? Obviously, we don't cover NXT, but have you seen what they're doing regarding the North American Championship match at Takeover?
Yeah, they're doing is it a ladder match?
That's cruiserweight. So they're doing a 12-man battle royal next week.
Yeah.
Where the top 6 go to a gauntlet match at night 1, and the winner faces Johnny Gargano at night 2.
I think that's a good idea.
I think that's a good idea. It's a hell of a journey, isn't it? Rather than someone coming out and being like, "I challenge you."
Yeah, and it's like it keeps you watching both shows.
Yeah,
it's like, night 1 who's going to win, and then are they going to go all the way and beat Gargano or whatever?
Right, we'll get to the Sheamus and Riddle and stuff in a bit, but I seen something on Twitter which was have the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal on night 1 and have the winner face Riddle on night 2.
Yeah, so you can do. Yeah, see, this is what I mean. Like the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal doesn't necessarily just have to be the trophy.
Yeah,
you can have something else to go with that. It doesn't have to just be that.
Championship match.
I'm saying give it a bit more meaning. Like it's a big thing to win. Don't get me wrong. It's meant to be a big thing to win. I know they make it like a bit of a less priority, but it's like, don't get me wrong, it's still a big thing. But make it mean a bit more as well by having something that can follow it.
But they could even do like the winner gets a championship match of their choice on the Raw after Mania.
Yeah, exactly. Like
they don't even have to win, but just give them a match.
Yeah, and it can keep you guessing because, like, say for example, I don't know, Damian Priest could win, for example, and he could go and challenge Riddle.
Yeah.
Like, people might think, he might want to go face Lashley or Drew, whoever walks out with the belt, but it could be like, nah, I think I'll go for the one because I think I've got more of a chance at this point. And, it keeps you guessing.
But the only issue with that is you can guarantee they'd have Charlotte win the women's one and then have her win the title on Raw.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll get to that in a bit. SmackDown, you ready?
Yeah.
The show kicks off with Sasha defending against Nia. Reginald is having a spa day ready for the after party. Oh my God, this feels like ages ago.
It's because we've had the pay-per-view as well.
Yeah, while I was writing these notes, I was thinking, well, it's going to be awkward because we would have spoke about the outcome to all these stories. Yeah. Nia swings Sasha into the bottom turnbuckle. Sasha retains after Shayna inadvertently hits Nia. Oh my God, that feels like it was ages ago.
It does, doesn't it? It's because we've had so much wrestling after it.
Honestly,
so much going on. Because a week, the thing is, right, you're thinking, a week in that month, but it's a long time in wrestling, a week. There's so many different shows. Especially when you got a pay-per-view somebody's in between as well.
Yeah. Seth Rollins comes out, and I want the number of his tailor because his suits are amazing. I think this was the one that I retweeted on Twitter and said it looked like he'd been hit by the Thanos snap because it's sort of Rollins cuts a promo on Cesaro before Nakamura comes out and beats him up. I really don't remember this. Dominic Mysterio pins Angelo Dawkins in a tag team match. Alpha Academy come out after the match and have a match with the Mysterios. Otis pins Dominic after diving off the middle turnbuckle. Do you think we get a fatal four-way between all these tag teams?
I think it's probably leading to that at this point because there's so many different tag teams on SmackDown, like doing little bits. It just probably makes sense to get them all on the card.
Stick them all in there,
yeah. I don't know you'd have win though. I don't want the Dirty Dogs to retain. I don't.
Mysterios.
I'd like the Mysterios to win. I love the Street Profits, but I'd want the Mysterios to win.
I could see any of them winning.
Yeah,
I could see them even giving it to Alpha Academy.
Yeah, it's not implied. It's not out of the question.
Sami Zayn asks Kevin Owens to be at ringside for his match. Daniel Bryan and Roman Reigns have a promo off. We get the least. Oh my God, it does feel like so long ago. We get the least anticipated match in SmackDown history as the irritating Sami Zayn takes on the unlikable force of Baron Corbin. That was what they said on the show.
Yeah, because I think someone did Sami Zayn retweet it or something. Said,
Did
I
he?
remember something like that. Yeah, I remember.
Kevin Owens is on commentary. Baron Corbin wins easily. Then Sami attacks Owens. I said I wouldn't be against Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn at Mania, but we did speak about that on the Fastlane review, didn't we?
Yes, we did. Yeah.
Rollins and Nakamura confirmed for Fastlane. Again, we've spoke about that on the.
Yeah.
Big E and Apollo have a video interview, which leads to a brawl between the two. All I can remember is Big E on a golf cart.
Yeah. Then yeah.
Nia versus Bianca Belair. Banks and Nia. Shayna versus Bianca Belair. Banks and Nia go to the back. Natalya and Tamina then attack Bianca and Shayna. I want Natalya and Tamina to win at WrestleMania. I really do.
Honestly, Tamina's getting a bit of a push. I'm saying Tamina. It's thingy as well. Who is it? Natalya.
Yeah, but it's mostly Tamina.
It's mainly Tamina. She's the one getting the pinfalls and stuff, and it just seems like the chat had bigger up again. I'd like to see her hold the belt, to be honest.
Yeah,
I think she's earned it now.
Yeah, it's been that long enough, hasn't she?
Yeah. So it's a bit like when Zack Ryder won the Intercontinental Championship a few years ago. It's just a bit like that.
Dropped it the next night. Like,
literally, like, what was the point? What was the point?
Edge beats Jey Uso in the main event to become the special guest ring enforcer at Fastlane.
This was a really good match. Really enjoyed that one.
I don't remember it.
No. it's easily done because it's like nearly a week ago. So,
after the match, Jey Uso and Roman beat up Edge and Bryan. Again, I don't remember that either. And that was SmackDown. Anything? I think it's difficult doing.
I think it's difficult because we've already had Fastlane now.
Yeah, so we've already spoke about all these stories.
Yeah, we already know that all this then fell out into Fastlane, which we already discussed and stuff.
Do you think? So as of now, according to WWE, Daniel Bryan is not in that title match. Does Daniel Bryan get added?
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
Because the whole thing with Edge as well in the match, we've been hitting both with the chair and stuff, and then he made Roman tap. Yeah. There's no other reason to have that in there. Like, they made out this thing about Roman never tapping, and then they've done it in the match without him losing. So they've done it for a reason. Well, you add that into it, and you add the whole Edge scenario into it, because I've heard as well that Edge is going into the match as a heel.
Oh, really?
So you're not going to have Edge and Roman heels as heel either. You're going to have a babyface in there.
And who better as a babyface than Daniel Bryan?
Which makes me question: would they put the belt on Edge now? He's turned heel. That's what I'm thinking now.
I could honestly see this going either way, all three. I could see even Bryan winning.
I can't see Roman winning it for some reason, because I feel like he's had a few nearly scares. He had the tap against Bryan. He had the handcuff botch at Rumble. You know what I mean? He's had a couple of close calls now. So and did he have a match on SmackDown Steel Cage where Jay Elton pushed him onto the floor, something like that?
Yeah,
I can't see Roman walking out with the belt. Just my personal opinion.
If WrestleMania was this Sunday, and this was all the story that we got, I would honestly predict Roman walks out with the championship.
You reckon so?
I think there's still a hell of a lot more you can do with him.
Yeah, definitely, yeah.
And then you can have Edge.
Because to be fair, you could make it a whole year thing and make him lose at SummerSlam, where he came back as a thing, because then we'll get full circle then.
Yeah.
And maybe you could then transfer the Fiend onto SmackDown or something.
Yeah. And
make it come full circle. I know we want Rollins at some point, but you could even go the Fiend route, because like the thing is, we've got this brand, but then because the Fiend's a whole different entity, they could just show up and just do whatever.
I want
even do that.
I want Big E and Roman. I want Nakamura and Roman, Cesaro and Roman.
See, this is what I mean. We weren't saying this a year ago.
Yeah.
No, a lot of people were Roman's like, getting away, but now
get away. But Roman's just come back and reinvented himself like amazingly. Yeah. Raw kicks off with Lashley versus Sheamus. Lashley got annoyed at Shelton and Cedric getting involved. Lashley wins via the Hurt Lock. After the match, I just call them the Goons because
The
they
Goons,
are.
yeah.
The Goons take out Sheamus before Drew comes out for the save. Lashley and MVP watch from the ring. Drew gets in the ring and demands Lashley hits him. MVP tells him to wait till Mania and they leave. Backstage, MVP and Lashley tell Cedric and tell the Goons that they tarnished the image of Lashley by getting involved. Again, this is one of them where it's like it's the story throughout the show.
Yeah, they're going to implode soon. We've already had little teething problems in the past few weeks, and then it's kind of steadied the ship. But when Lashley loses at Mania, because I think we all know it's going to happen. I think.
Yeah.
It's just you can just see Lashley taking it out on the Hurt Business.
I don't think that Lashley needs them.
No, definitely. I think he needs MVP.
MVP with his like little king.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think he needs Benjamin and Alexander. I don't think he needs them. I think they're just there at this point.
I would argue that they were needed to get Lashley to where he is.
Oh yeah, definitely. But now we've got to where he needs to be. They're like an afterthought now.
Yeah, completely agree. Peyton Royce challenges Asuka next. Now this I enjoyed because I've never seen Royce get this much offense during a singles match.
Well, it just shows that promo worked.
Yeah, on the Raw Talk.
It were at the other month. Someone else did it as well, didn't they? Cesaro.
Yeah. I said I like to think that because Asuka and Peyton Royce have faced each other a few times over the years, that Peyton knows what moves to look out for, and that's why this was the best match between the two, in my opinion. Asuka eventually wins with the Asuka lock. Straight after the match, Rhea Ripley debuts. Rhea says that Asuka was at home recovering when Charlotte challenged her, but now Charlotte is at home recovering from COVID, so she's going to challenge her. Asuka accepts, and we get Asuka versus Rhea Ripley at WrestleMania.
If she had COVID, why was there such a big hurrah about it? Saying like making us think it was other things. If it was COVID, why not just come out and say she's got COVID? You didn't do it with anyone else. You didn't do it with me and you. You've not done it with Keith Lee, whoever and others that have had COVID. Why was this big like something's happening with Charlotte when it was just COVID?
Because they see, we see it as just COVID because we know what COVID's like, and as bad as it could be, it's very likely that Charlotte's going to be able to fight it.
Yeah. It just made it out to sound like it was something much bigger, like maybe even something to do with Andrade or something.
I think the reason that they've mentioned it is because they see Charlotte, because the only other time they mentioned it was Drew.
Yeah.
I reckon that they see them on the same level.
Yeah. So I just found that really odd, and then it just came out that she's got COVID. Like they didn't even announce it. They made it they put it in a promo.
Yeah, that was it. But
if we didn't do that promo, we wouldn't know. I
wouldn't be surprised if Charlotte gets added to this match.
Oh yeah, because it's only 14 days, and she's not missing for a week or so. So let's just say that's a week done already.
And you've got 19 days till Mania from Raw.
More than enough, and they get tested a lot.
It's scary though. I don't want her in the match.
No, I can see her being in it though. Maybe I can see it being like maybe showing up on Raw at the end saying, "I wanted this match," and they take everyone out and gets added to it. That I can see that because she will definitely, unless they want to keep her off TV.
I'd bring her back the night after.
Yeah, unless they want to keep her off until after Mania, then she debuts, comes back on the night after Raw. I don't know. It depends what they want to do.
I'd have Rhea Ripley win the match, then Charlotte comes out and be like, "You stole my opportunity," and then we go into a Charlotte Rhea feud for a few months.
Just think, we're only going to have one horse woman on Mania.
Sasha.
Yeah. Charlotte.
Oh my God! Yeah.
Charlotte put up with her. Becky's up with her.
Wow.
What's Bailey doing?
With you saying one, I thought we were talking about Charlotte, but no, Charlotte won't.
No,
wow. How weird's that?
It's crazy.
That's mad to think.
You've got new blood on there. You've got Bianca. You've got Rhea. That's two.
That's
what I mean? So
that's really good.
I prefer it this way.
Yeah, mate.
Wow. I prefer it this way. You don't want to see the same. I mean, I love the Force. I mean, don't get me wrong. Absolutely tremendous athletes, but it's nice to freshen it up.
Completely agree. Adam Pearce tells Drew McIntyre that the Goons challenged him to 2-on-1 handicap match. Drew McIntyre accepts and says if he beats them tonight, they're banned from ringside. Obviously, we'll get to that in a bit. Miz TV WrestleMania edition. John Morrison calls Bad Bunny one of the most famous people on the planet, which I'm sure Ryan Sutcliffe loved. The Dirt Sheet are going to debut Hey Hey Hop Hop next week. Miz challenges Bad Bunny to a match at WrestleMania. Miz versus Jeff Hardy's next. Before the match starts, Jeff Hardy asks Morrison to head to the back. Miz beats Hardy, then Bad Bunny hits him with a guitar from behind. Bad Bunny then says, "Challenge accepted, bitch." So it looks like we're getting a singles match.
Yeah.
Do you think this gets changed into a tag match?
Yeah, I think you've got to have Damien Priest on the card, haven't you? Surely.
I would love this to be a singles match.
Oh yeah, definitely. Who'd win though? It'd be Bad Bunny, wouldn't it?
Miz.
How crazy would it be, right, if Bad Bunny beats Miz when Miz has just been WWE champion like 6 weeks earlier?
I could see him doing it, but
yeah.
I think they've announced it as a singles match because, like I keep saying every week, Bad Bunny has been training. He's been at the Performance Center.
Yeah.
But I think you've still got to have. I don't like it when celebrities come in and win.
No.
I think you've got to have, because the Miz does this for a living.
Yeah, especially on the big stage as well. Especially against someone like Miz who's worked his ass off for the past 10 years plus.
Riddle then scoots past AJ and calls him Skipper. A throwback to Survivor Series. AJ and Omos talk about burying the New Day in a grave at WrestleMania. Hey. New Day come out and tease AJ about not knowing Omos and his favorite collar. AJ challenges Kofi. Kofi pins AJ after Francesca causes the distraction. Have you seen what it was he did?
Yeah.
AJ's TNA theme.
AJ's TNA, yeah. Brilliant.
Riddle scoots around Sheamus. Have you ever seen the Loch Ness Monster? Has Drew ever been to your house? A leprechaun's real? Sheamus then asks if the scooter is easy to ride. He attacks him with a scooter. And it looks like we're going to get Riddle versus Sheamus, which was what we called on the Fastlane review, which, amazing. Oh, I just loved it. He's there good. Have you ever seen the Loch Ness Monster? A leprechaun's real.
I don't get why Ryan didn't like Matt Riddle, right? Because he's gold.
Ryan does like him. It's me that doesn't.
No, he didn't used to.
I don't.
You don't. Well, he didn't used to. He was like he hated him at first, and I was like, I love this guy. This guy, he is so funny.
That bit was good, but that's it. Drew McIntyre wins his handicap match. Lashley tells the Goons if they can't get the job done, then he'll find someone who will. He then approaches Lucha House Party, Ricochet, Drew Gulak, Akira Tozawa, and Alberto Carrillo. He tells them wherever.
How bad is it that Ricochet's lumbered in with all of them?
Yeah, and Umberto.
And even Umberto to a point.
He then tells them whoever takes out Drew will take his place at Mania. I just want to see him try. For the next 2 weeks, I want to see all the 24/7 guys just go after him instead.
Drew, yeah.
Mandy Rose and Dana Brooke take on Shania with Naomi and Lana on commentary. Lana says that Reginald has been dubbed more than her. The champs win, obviously. Shane McMahon and Elias sing Braun is stupid. Shane says the match will happen when his knee heals. Oh my God, this Elias match, right? Did you hear the sound they put over
Yeah, the train. Oh my God.
Hated it. Somebody...
I was like, what do they think we are? 5?
Somebody put the Thomas the Tank Engine theme song over it. And I enjoyed that more. Braun beats Elias again. Shane hits him with a crutch. The crutch bends in half, but Braun doesn't flinch. Braun challenges Shane, and Shane accepts any match that Braun wants. We then get announced for night 1 of WrestleMania. Lashley Drew, Sasha Bianca, and Ms. Bad Bunny. And night 2, we get Roman Edge, and possibly Brian, Asuka and Rhea Ripley. And after the next segment, we also get the Fiend and Randy Orton.
I don't know which night. I think night 2 is looking the best from those
I don't know.
two.
I was thinking this, and I was like, there's 6 matches announced.
Yeah.
And they're all right.
They are. They're all great. I just feel like I'm I'm more interested in night 2 than night 1 because I'm more interested to see the Universal title match
Yeah.
and the Fiend Orton match. But then on
See, I'm not bothered
night
about the
1,
Fiend Orton match. I
you
care
know,
about Rhea Asuka. But then
yeah.
I'm really interested in Bad Bunny
See, I'm not. That's what I'm least excited about. I'm more looking towards Sasha and Bianca.
and Lashley Drew.
I'm not really asked about Lashley Drew because
No, you just think Drew's
I
going
don't
to
know.
win.
I mean, it'll be a good match and stuff. I don't know. I feel like I know what's going to happen. Well, I don't know actually. I don't think it's that clear cut. Lashley could easily walk out with
I think
a
it's
belt.
weird that 3 weeks till Mania, and at this point, because the main event hadn't happened, at this point we had 3 weeks till Mania and only 5 matches confirmed for 2 nights.
Yeah.
That's bad.
Do you know? Because it's not. Do you know? Because Mania is usually, what is it? 5 hours.
Well, Mania is usually about 8, including the
Yeah.
pre-shows on that.
What time do you think each show will finish then?
I think each show. I think you'll have an hour pre-show for each,
Yeah.
and
Do you
then
think
maybe
it's
4 hours.
It's like midnight, won't it?
Yeah. So
You
you're
think
looking at
4
about.
hours? You think 4 hours both? I think that's a lot.
I think that's what they'll do.
That's a lot.
I think because you've got 6 matches already, then you've got.
Yeah, but it's split over 2 nights. Though. It's split over 2 nights.
So they haven't confirmed, unless I missed it, which night the Omos matches.
Oh yeah.
So 7 matches. Then you've got the SmackDown Tag Team Championships,
Riddle.
both Battle Royals, Intercontinental, US, Shane McMahon, Braun Strowman, and then anything else they decide to do.
But the Battle Royals will be put on the pre-show. You got to take that into account as well. They'll put 1 or 2 on there.
I don't think it'll be. I can't see it being shorter than 4 hours.
I can't see both going on till 4 in the morning. Surely, it's over 2 nights.
I can.
If you think about it, they do 8 matches usually, 8 to 9 matches, and that takes you to 4 o'clock.
Longer matches, I guess.
I guess.
You know, you've got performances and stuff as well. I have no doubt that Bad Bunny's probably going to perform on night 2.
It probably is going to be like 4, but no, that's going to be killer.
Got the Hall of Fame little segment where they all come out for that as well. And
I'm working both nights both days after them. So,
we'll try and fly through AEW because we're running out of time. But the main event, Randy Orton says that he didn't finish the job at TLC, but he will tonight. Bliss does a Fiend in the box, which is basically just a Jack in the Box. Lights go down, Fiend appears, Randy covers him in gasoline, went to light the match but hit an RKO instead. Bliss gets in the ring, Fiend gets up and locks in the mandible claw, hits the sister Abigail. Bliss then points to the sign hinting at Orton versus Crispy Fiend at WrestleMania. Again, I don't want to see this.
What, the match?
Yeah.
At all?
I can see them going on for about half an hour, and I don't want to see it.
How long was the Cena match last year?
See, that was 5 minutes, but it was a Firefly Funhouse match, wasn't it? Not an actual.
Yeah, not an actual match. This won't go long. This won't go longer than 15 minutes.
I hope not.
I can't take it longer than 15 minutes.
Let's fly through AEW because we are running out of time, so we've got quite a bit left. Omega kicks off the show against Matt Sydal. As good as this match was, you knew Omega wasn't going to. Have you seen AEW, yeah?
I've seen some of it. I've not really had a chance to watch it all.
Sweet. We could definitely fly through this then. He hasn't lost a singles match in over 500 days. Omega wins with a one-winged angel. Hangman Adam Page beat Benoni in another match. You knew who was going to win. Lance Archer calls out Sting again. Britt Baker cuts a promo on the fans. Tony Khan and Mick Foley.
Yeah, he got name dropped, didn't he? Yeah.
I love Britt Baker. I think she's brilliant.
She's going for strength to strength, isn't she?
I think she's brilliant, yeah. Frankie Kazarian approaches Christian Cage and they agree to have a match next week. FTR and Sean Spears take on Dante Martin and Varsity Blondes. After the match, they cut a promo and MJF said, I thought you'd come out here and break the walls down. But the only thing you're breaking is every chair you sit on. I thought it was brilliant.
Oh my God.
MJF says he's got a gift for them all next week, all of the Pinnacle. He says, when you're in the Pinnacle, you're on top. Team Taz cut a promo saying they're all good and Cage has apologized for last week. And Cage is sort of like, Okay, I suppose.
Okay.
QT Marshall cuts a promo on Cody and asks him for a match next week. Cody agrees and says that Arn Anderson will be the ref. He says he respects him, so he won't hurt him. He won't hit Crossroads, that sort of stuff. A long match next between Lucha Brothers and Laredo Kid, taking on Brandon Cutler and the Young Bucks. After the match, Kenny Omega attacks, then cuts a promo on the Young Bucks because he's sad they didn't pick him to team with for the match. He asks them to Too Sweet Him Now or Never, and then they all leave. Cody is getting a new reality show called Roads to the Top.
Ugh.
This has got nothing to do with AEW. This is like Ms. and Mrs. But
that's all right. No, yeah.
yeah. Right. I've got quite a bit to say about this. Ty Conti, who is possibly my favorite woman on the AEW roster. She's the number 1 ranked woman in AEW right now. She takes on Nyla Rose. Ty Conti won with the DDT, which I love the name of that move. I think it's brilliant. After the match, Vicky Guerrero grabs her leg, letting Nyla Rose attack. Akira Shida comes for the save before the Bunny gets involved. Matt Hardy's on the stage, tells everyone the Bunny has been overlooked because she wasn't in the tournament to see who will face him. I'm all down for this because it's more women's moments in AEW. But did you know that Ty Conti has had a WrestleMania moment?
Oh, that shit.
The first women's battle royal has a part in it where all the NXT girls are like chanting NXT, and it's her, Bianca Belair, and a few others. But yeah, she's in it.
Oh, she's in it. See, the more you know.
Yeah. So I love this bit of the show where they announce what matches you're going to get next week. I didn't realize how much I liked this. If WWE did this, it would change by next week.
100%, yeah.
So we're getting Christian Cage versus Frankie Kazarian, Cody Rhodes versus QT Marshall with Arn Anderson as the ref, Kenny Omega and the Good Brothers, which is the Lucha Bros and Laredo Kid. We're getting Hikaru Shida and Ty Conti versus the Bunny and Nyla Rose. And we're getting Arcade Anarchy, is what they're calling it. That arcade match between Kip Sabian and them.
Oh, yeah.
And then main event, John Silver versus Darby Allin for the TNT Championship. Darby Allin retains. After the match, Hardy attacks Darby Allin. Hardy Brand, so like all their boys, attack Dark Order. And then Ty Conti comes out to brawl with Bunny. And then AEW goes off the air. I think this episode was a massive, massive step up for women's wrestling in AEW.
Yeah. I feel like they've seen some of the criticism and they're trying to rectify it, which is fair enough, you know.
But even after last week, that main event was amazing.
Oh, that was,
But
super.
This, like, the main event, having her come out with the main event to brawl, having the Bunny actually, like, brawl, I think that's a lot.
Yeah, 100%. Oh, we didn't talk about the graphics moving.
On Instagram and Twitter and that, when they're promoting
the WrestleMania, weren't it?
When they're promoting WrestleMania, it was Bianca Belair and Sasha Banks, and they had moving graphics again, which is pretty cool. Throwback to the noughties.
Yeah, it feels a lot longer.
So good. But yeah, let's move on to Who's That Wrestler?
Cool.
Now, with Ryan Sutcliffe not being here, we go back to...
Not the first time we've heard that.
Yeah, not the first time he's here on assignment. So the score is currently 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 to 4. So you need to win, really. There's no way that Ryan can get a point, so that's good. You have 20 questions to guess who this wrestler is. So whenever you're ready, ask your first question.
Are they still currently active?
Yes.
Yep. Are they still with WWE?
No.
Oh. Are they with AEW?
Yes.
Oh, I switched it up. Was they on the recent episode of AEW?
Yes. You're like, crap, I didn't watch it.
Yeah, I've not seen it. Oh, I'm not a fan.
It's a good job we've just reviewed it.
Have they been in WWE?
To my knowledge, no.
Oh, okay. Do they currently hold a belt?
I'm going to say yes.
Are you not sure?
Well, I'm going to put it in asterisks and I'll explain why afterwards.
Oh, right.
Realistically, that should narrow it down to like one person.
Did it?
Carry on.
Darby Allin.
No.
Damn it. See, I'm trying to think of who the...
Don't focus too much on that because that will probably cost you.
Yeah. They're not. Are they a single competitor?
Yes.
Right. Just trying to think about the championship is in bloody AEW now. This is so difficult. Oh,
I knew that question was coming as well.
which one?
The championship one.
Yeah, isn't that because it does help you narrow it down. Well, I say that. Who else has got a title?
I said don't focus on that because it will cost you.
Oh, is it no, it's not. No, it's not. It's not. I was gonna say, is it the little guy? Little Harper's son. It's not, is it?
Brody Lee Jr.
Yeah.
Imagine if I picked him. That'd have been a cracking one. That'd have been a good guess as well, that though.
How many have I got?
You've got 12 questions left.
Has he fought John Moxley for the title? The AW title?
To my knowledge, no. This is why I don't do AEW, because I don't know the history that well.
Oh, even why I'm struggling here. This is awful. Are they part of a faction?
Yes. 10 questions left.
Oh, I really is he part of?
Mate, there are people shouting at you right now because it's that obvious.
Is he part of Inner Circle?
No.
Is he part of? What's the new one? What's MJS called? What's it called?
The Pinnacle.
Pinnacle.
No.
Matt Hardy.
No.
Oh, of course it's not Matt Hardy. Is he part of the thingy, the Hardy brand, whatever it's called, that faction?
The Matt Hardy brand.
The Matt Hardy faction.
Wasn't that just your last question?
No, I said, is it Matt Hardy?
Oh, was that a guess? Okay, then no, it's not part of that either.
Right, okay.
Oh, we got 6 questions.
Why is it not coming to me?
See, I can still think of 2 massive factions on the show.
See, I can't. I'm struggling. They're the one. They're all the.
God.
What's it called?
I don't think it's that one. Go on.
The Jurassic Express?
You got 5 questions, and there are still 2 massive fractions on AEW. Ryan Sutcliffe is listening now, right? He's listening, and he's shouting at you because he knows it.
The Omega faction. I don't know what it's called.
The Bullet Club.
Yeah.
No.
So was that one of the 2 big ones?
No.
Oh, I'm so struggling right now. I'm not good with AEW.
Mate, I don't think you're going to get this, you know.
I don't think I am either. I'm stuck.
4 questions, 2 factions. I think if you get the faction, you'll get it. You just need to get the faction.
I can't think of the factions. I can't think of. Oh, is it Jungle Boy?
That's part of Jurassic Express, so no.
Oh, is it? Oh, see, there's too many factions. I can't think.
You have 3 questions left. There are people shouting at you right now. You realize that, don't you?
I know. But my AW knowledge is not.
I'm so glad I am on this side. this side of the
I'm literally
questions.
blanking. I can't think of anyone. Any of the. Oh. Lance Archer.
No. 2 questions remaining.
Kip Sabian.
No. Right. Before you say anything, right? You've got 1 question left.
No, I have to answer. I've got to guess.
And I am going to help you out. I'm going to tell you both factions.
Oh, okay.
And you're going to kill yourself because they're obvious. I don't even want to say it. It's that obvious, mate. You've got the Dark Order.
Of course! I can't remember who's in it.
And Team Taz. And you've got 1 question.
To be honest with you, I can't remember who's in it. Oh,
Go on. You've got 1 question. Think of all the questions you've asked. There's 1 massive question that should give you the answer.
I can't. Yeah, but I can't ask another question.
I know you've got to think about the questions you've asked, and you've got to guess. You could do it.
I can't think who's in Team Taz or who's. Oh,
go on.
Oh, he's not in Team Taz.
It's killing me. It's killing me.
He could even be in the Dark Order. Is it? No, it's not it. Right, I'm gonna say it. Is it?
Come on. I'm
gonna be an absolute idiot.
There are people shouting at you. There are people literally shouting at you. Come on.
I'm gonna say, I know it's wrong. I know it's wrong. Is it Hangman Adam Page? No, I don't know who it is. I don't know. Who is it?
It's a member of Team Taz.
Right. I can't remember
who in Asterix holds championship. He holds the FTW championship. Brian Cage.
I want to got that.
No?
But no.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah, I need to scrub up on my factions here.
There's so many.
Yeah, it's too confusing. I'm getting confused with people who's in different factions, and I'm just like,
Make a letterbox noise.
Beep beep.
Do you know what a letterbox is? Because Ryan did that the other day, and I'm like, do you guys? Is a letterbox something different in England? Because
up Yorkshire.
A letterbox doesn't make that noise. Anyway, in our letterbox this week, is the Crispy Fiend actually Bray Wyatt?
Ooh.
Because there's quite a bit of rumors and people thinking that it's actually Bo Dallas. They think that the Fiend looks different. Now, to me, I think it's Bray Wyatt. I just
I do. Yeah.
Okay, well, seeing as we're running out of time and can't really discuss that anymore, let's move on to our weekly discussion. Our kickoff show is pointless.
Right, the one that I had the big grout with it isn't even here.
I know. Ryan, if Ryan was here, bearing in mind, if Ryan was here, this question would be this part of the podcast would be an hour long.
Yeah, 100%. It just go on.
Yeah, a kickoff show is pointless.
I don't think they're pointless because I think it gets certain superstars on the card that don't necessarily can't get on the main show.
Mm-hmm.
But I also don't think championship matches should be on the pre-show. I don't think that should be a thing because I think I could have had time to dwell on it and take it in. I think it devalues the belt to a point. And it's like say one pay-per-view they're on the pre-show, the next it's on the main show. It's like, but why is it on the main show if it's on the pre-show? It doesn't give it the same value and prestige that it should have.
It's a really difficult situation because I agree. I really do agree. I don't think that championship matches should be on the pre-show.
I think for me the pre-show should be little feuds that go on Raw or SmackDown that isn't quite good enough to be on the main show, but you can still have that match on the pre-show.
The thing I have with it is, Ali and Riddle, right, was on the pre-show for Fastlane.
Yeah.
Now, I personally, as much as I love them in ring, I don't think that match is big enough to be on the main card of a show. But that's because of the story
Yeah,
and WWE's writing.
yeah,
I don't think that match is big enough to be on the main show, but that's nothing to do with the performers.
no, or the belt. It's to do with how it's
Yeah.
been,
How it's been handled.
yeah.
But then
That,
it's difficult because, you know, if that match was on the pay-per-view, as bad as it sounds, not a lot of people would care.
no,
They just wouldn't, because it's not a good story.
no.
But you've got to have a big pay-per-view match, so they just stick it on the kickoff.
Yeah, they kind of back themselves into a corner, don't they?
I completely agree with you in the sense that like kickoff should be used for non-title smaller feuds. But the
Yeah.
issue with WWE
Because
is they don't
because
do.
a lot of people don't even watch the pre-show like
Yeah.
me. I don't
And
always
Ryan.
I don't always watch the pre-show.
I watch every pre-show, but that's because it gets like I don't do anything else. It just gets me in the mood for it.
Yeah.
But I enjoy like all the discussions beforehand and just, you know,
Yeah,
chilling a little bit, getting
yeah,
into it. But name a small name a match that at the moment, a storyline or a feud or a match or whatever that you would put on a pre-show. Because I, for one, can't think of any, because
No.
WWE don't do that.
Maybe,
If you're not in a title match or facing like a Randy Orton, then you're not in a feud.
No, that's true. Yeah. Maybe
Because they've got too many championships.
Exactly, yeah, they've got too many, and you can't because not every match on a pay-per-view is a title match either.
Exactly, like obviously the Randy Orton, Alexa Bliss, Shane McMahon, Braun Strowman, like they're big matches.
This is where the whole title reign defense comes into it as well.
Yeah,
that you can't. There's the reason why there's so many times that a title doesn't change is because they just can't fit it on the card.
I think the reason the championship matches are on the kickoff show is because there's too many championships.
Yeah, I can't. Yeah, I completely agree with that. They've got more championships than they know what to do. Sounds good.
They do.
They don't.
We don't need 2 sets of tag team championships.
No.
For 8 tag teams.
No.
We could do with 2 women's championships, but they need to push more stars.
Yeah, you need to push more women because when you've got 3 belts on the go, because that's what they've got.
Yeah, they've got 2 singles and a women's tag. And NXT have got a women's and a women's tag.
Yeah. So you've got all 5.
But NXT do it well because NXT, I firmly believe NXT's women's division is the best women's division on the planet. Like, it just is.
Yeah.
But they don't build 1 star at a time. Whereas Raw and SmackDown, you've always got the same people.
All the same names, yeah.
And that sounds bad because you've got a Bianca Belair and a Rhea Ripley now. But to get Bianca and Rhea Ripley, you've had to kick out Charlotte.
Becky's had to go on maternity leave.
Becky had to go on maternity leave. You've just done your Sasha Bailey. You've just done that. And there's no one else on the card. Like if I read a few names to you now, would you say that these are built up enough to be in a main championship feud at WrestleMania? Carmella.
Give it a bit more time, possibly.
So as of right now, from now till Mania, do you think that they could make them a believable star?
No.
So in 2 weeks.
No.
Carmella.
Nope.
Dana Brooke.
Nope.
Mandy Rose.
No.
Lana.
No.
Naomi.
No. No.
Natalia.
No.
Tamina.
Nope.
Peyton Royce.
Nope.
Billie Kay.
Nope.
There's 9 women straight away that they've got on their show that they're not doing anything with. Nikki Cross.
Oh, give her a character, like an actual character and some booking, and she could go far, but she doesn't get it.
They don't book women. It just does my head in. They don't book women.
The Alexa Bliss stuff's good.
But that's in the men's division at the moment, isn't it? Really? It's difficult.
Like, when was the last time she actually had like a feud with a woman?
Oh God! Right. So she had a match against Asuka for the championship on Raw. She had a match against Nikki Cross on Raw. She had a match with Nikki Cross back in November. That'd have been it. That would have been it when she broke up, when she started to turn fiendish and had that feud with Nikki Cross. That's it.
Alexa doesn't do much unless it involves the title.
Unless it involves a title, yeah. Mickey James.
Mickey James, see,
you know, Shayna Baszler. Like, honestly, I think if I talk about it anymore, I'm going to get stressed out and I'm going to get annoyed.
Yeah.
So I'm going to ask you for your bold prediction. But before I ask you, I'm going to tell you mine because I'm really excited for mine.
Ooh.
Billie Kay will be the highlight of WrestleMania because she will approach / interrupt Hulk Hogan and Titus O'Neil. She will approach the hosts of WrestleMania with her headshot and be like, just by here, you see, just by the here.
Right.
She's going to be amazing.
Oh, do you know what?
She's going to be so good.
I would fully rate that. Oh my God. I would actually fully rate that.
If it was up to me, WrestleMania Night 1 host, Billie Kay.
Yeah.
WrestleMania Night 2 host, Bayley.
Oh.
That's what I would do. As of right now, where all the characters are, that's what I would do.
I can't argue with that, to be fair. Yeah, I think, it gives them something to do. Not
exactly.
what they want to do, it's not what Bayley wants to do, but...
So what's going to happen? Bayley's probably going to win the Women's Battle Royal if they do one.
Probably, yeah.
Billie Kay's probably going to have a comedic skit in that, and that's it.
That's
it's a shame.
Pretty much nailed on, in it, let's be honest.
It's a shame. Right, give me a bold prediction.
I'm going to say... It's very bold, but I'm going to say Becky Lynch to return at Mania.
Oh, nice. Again, that is very bold, but that's what we do here on Bold Prediction Wrestling.
But I tell you what's going to happen is what we want to happen.
Yeah. Next week, we have I think till next week now. Our next video is next week's podcast. The week after, it's WrestleMania week. Oh my... No. Wait.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
So we've got one more podcast and then it's WrestleMania week.
No, 2 more. Yeah, 1 more podcast in it, yeah.
How bad's that?
2 more podcasts before Mania.
That's bad. Right, until next week, me and Ryan will see you later.